Okay, so think about how businesses work today. You've got your headquarters in one city, maybe some branch offices scattered around, and of course, people logging in from literally anywhere. How in the world do you connect all those moving parts securely? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
And that's the fundamental challenge, right? The public internet is, well, it's public. Using it for sensitive company data without any protection is kind of like shouting your trade secrets across a packed stadium. It's just out there, totally exposed. So how do you build a private, secure bridge across that very public, very insecure space? The answer is a pretty elegant and honestly super powerful technology called a VPN. That stands for Virtual Private Network. It's the go-to tool that businesses all over the globe rely on to solve this exact problem. At its very heart, what a VPN does is create a secure, private tunnel for your data to travel right through the middle of the public internet. Just imagine it's your own exclusive, encrypted superhighway, completely bypassing all the noisy public traffic and keeping your information totally locked down.
You know, our source material had this fantastic analogy for it, and I think it's perfect. A VPN is just like a submarine in water. It's such a great visual, right? Your data is safe and sound inside that submarine, completely shielded from the open ocean of the internet. Sure, people on the outside might see a submarine go by, but they have absolutely no idea what's happening on the inside.
So how do businesses actually use this tech? Well, it really boils down to two main types. On one side, you've got site-to-site VPNs. These are all about connecting entire networks to each other. Think linking your New York office to your London office. And on the other side, you have remote-access VPNs, which are designed to connect just one person, like an employee working from a coffee shop, back to the main company network.
All right, let's dig into that first one a little deeper, the site-to-site VPN. This is the big one for connecting your physical business locations.
This is the absolute workhorse for any company that has more than one office. It basically sets up a permanent, secure link between, say, a branch office's entire network and the headquarters network. What that means is everyone at the branch can talk to the head office just like they were all in the same building. That's why you'll often hear it called a LAN-to-LAN VPN.
So how does this virtual bridge actually get built? It happens in two main phases. First up is phase one. This is where the VPN devices at each office basically introduce themselves, prove they are who they say they are, and then exchange some secret keys to build that secure tunnel. Then, once the tunnel is up and running, we move into phase two, and that's when your actual company data, fully encrypted, can start flowing securely back and forth.
Okay, so that's how you connect whole offices. But what about connecting individual people? Well, that's where our second main type of VPN comes into play, the Remote-Access VPN.
Now this is the kind of VPN most of us are probably more familiar with. It's designed for that single employee who's working from home or a hotel or really anywhere outside the office and needs to get secure access to company files and applications. It creates a temporary, secure tunnel from their one device, their laptop or their phone, straight to the company network.
And with remote access, you've got two main flavors. The most secure way is client-based. This is where you have to install special software on your computer. It creates what's called a full tunnel, which means all the traffic from your device gets encrypted for maximum security. The other option is clientless. For this, you just use a regular web browser to log into a special portal. It's way more convenient because there's no install, but it usually only gives you limited access to very specific applications.
Okay, so we've been throwing around words like secure tunnels and encryption a lot. But what's the actual magic that makes it all work? What's the secret sauce that provides all this security?
Well, it all really comes down to these three pillars of security. First, you've got confidentiality. This is all about privacy, and we get it by using encryption, scrambling the data so no one can read it. Second is integrity. This uses something called hashing to create a unique digital fingerprint for the data. If even one tiny thing changes while it's in transit, that fingerprint won't match and the data gets tossed out. And finally, authentication. This is just about proving you are who you say you are. Both ends of the connection use something like a pre-shared key, which is basically a really complex password that only they know, to verify their identities.
So when you pull it all together, what are the big picture advantages here? Why have VPNs become so essential for pretty much any modern business?
Well, VPNs deliver this really powerful mix of benefits. First off, the cost savings can be huge compared to paying for old-school private network lines. They're also incredibly scalable. Adding a new office or a bunch of new remote workers is pretty easy. And of course, the security is the main event, protecting you from all sorts of network attacks.
Plus, they work over pretty much any internet connection you already have, which gives businesses a ton of flexibility. It's a solution that's both incredibly powerful and super practical.
You know, as we dive deeper and deeper into this remote-first, always-on world, the need for these kinds of secure connections is only going to get more intense. The core idea behind a VPN, creating these private tunnels over public networks, is going to stick around for sure. Which kind of raises the question, what's next? What new technologies are going to build on these ideas to keep us all connected securely in the future? It's definitely something to think about.